Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hello to the newest edition, where's the camera, of Oh No, Rotation of the E-Block of Pokemon Trading Cards. And today, I was worried because I couldn't think of anything creative or clever to play. And meanwhile, I was flicking through Pokemon tool cards. So if I bring it up, I remember seeing the TMs, and I was going to play this old, where is the TMs? And I was going to play the deck of Jumpluff TMs that I lost to in the Tyranitar deck. You use your Jumpluff, use Mackless Maelstrom, and then you choose either Blindside, Devolution to win the match, finish it off, and use Turbo Energize and TM Evolution to set up. That was very creative. I was thinking of that, and then I realised, but I don't want to steal other people's ideas. So, I thought of something completely different. I looked at TM Devolution and said, well, what do people like about it? It's a tool. Not really, it could be an attack. It costs 1 energy. Yeah, that's good. Devolution. De-evolve each of your opponent's evolved Pokemon. Well, that sounds good. So, while absent-mindedly searching through the cards, I randomly hit Devolve, not in this, in Pokemon Trading Card Game. I searched it in a different game, in a different site. I believe it was Trading Card Game Online. Play.tcg.ne. And I came up with a list. Hold on, let me bring them all up. And I started by looking at Aerodactyl. That's good. That'll be safe for the Zoroark video, I think, that I need to get to soon. Muck, Poison Tax. It's a poison card. Poison's not very good. It's got Brute Bonnet. Yeah, it's got Brute Bonnet, that's about it. Porygon Z, evolve one of your opponent's evolved. Your opponent shuffles those cards into their deck. That's good. That costs 2 energy and is on stage 2. Then I got to this bad boy that is also rotating. GOLURK V. Has 2 attacks, but let's start at the top. GOLURK V is a basic, as all Vs are. So even though it evolved from Golett in Gen 5, one of my favourite gens, also this thing looks really cool. It has 220 HP. It is a single strike Pokemon. We might be playing instead, that could be useful. And has 2 attacks. The first one, Mega Punch, does 80 damage. 1 Psychic, 2 Colorless. Not very good attacking, honestly. Maybe the second attack can help? Rewind Beam. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolved Pokemon, de-evolve it by putting the highest stage evolution card in your hand. So, it's not quite on the level of TM Devo that devolves everything. But it devolves. Ladies and gents, I want to look into GOLURK. Step 1 is I need some GOLURKs. And for that I need coins. And for that I'm actually going to open the pack first, which will almost be expensive there. Can't be off completely so many steps though, like celebrations, that's it. Yep, so let's start by opening 3 packs and 125 credits. Could get something new. Cosmoem, Kyogre, Dialga, Mew, nice. Dialga, Reshiram, Cleffa, and then Research, nice. Dialga, Palkia, Cosmog, and Solgaleo, nice. Only one non-Jew, but Cleffa, you might remember this Cleffa, it has Eek. A lot of Cleffas had Eek. It is still a baby, guys. But we did get our 1,300 coins, which will allow us to hop straight back in here. And we can go not owned. Realise, wow, these arts. Love this art to be fair, but it costs, yeah, 250 each. We're gonna be partnering GOLURK. Because GOLURK's not very good on its own. Let's be honest, it looks nice, but it costs 4 energies. Double Turbo will take away some of its damage. Also, it's GOLURK. It can't carry everything alone, unlike in the lore. So, we're going to partner it with our good friend, Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Which should also take Shadow Rider off my list. Underworld Door, attach Psychic Energy to when you're benched. Psychic Pokemon, that's the restriction that Xatu has the advantage over. Once you've attached, you draw 2 cards. And Max Geist, for 3 colours, does 10 damage plus 33 Psychic on your board. Now, we're going to be partnering that with GOLURK. We're going to aim for lots of Max Geist damage, like bang, 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 lots of big hits. And then if our opponent comes in with a big attacker, like a Charizard and okay, maybe not Arceus, we'll see why in a minute. Whatever, we can hit with a big rewind beam and send them back in time. Theory, GOLURK is Dialga's best mate. But we can't do it alone. First of all, I do want another Pokemon. One thing you might know, or notice, with these cards is there is one shared problem. And it's a big problem. Number 1 is all rotating. Easy. Number 2 is their weakness to dark types. None of these cards are not weak to dark. I'm trying to decide if Zacian is the way to go for dark types. First of all, it's obvious we need Mew, also weak to dark, annoyingly. What abilities exist? You've got it, wouldn't help much. Yeah. Biggest problem when creating a deck, I don't know what to put in it. You know what? Let's lean into this setup. Dedenne, I think, will be my tech attacker. For 2 Psychic Energies, move all damage counters from one of your bench to your opponent's active. That's kind of meh. Why would this be good, you ask? First of all, let's hop into the right thing. This guy has 320 HP. He is very bulky. He is quite fat. He is not going to die easily. Yeah, that's about it, in all honesty. And we're going to partner that with our good friend, you might have heard of him, Sword Dogger, who's mostly here for Roar of the Sword ability. We're also going to drop her VMAX. If I could spell words, ladies and gents who let me out keyboard. But 11 energies, 12 Pokemon. Let's hop into our items. First of all, we want a fast setup. We want to get lots of Shadow Riders. We want to get some news. Makes sense what we want VIP Pass. Discovery is a good call. Allows us to find pretty much all of our Pokemon. We want to play Vessel and Retrieval, because we will need a lot of Pokemon and energies to attach. We will also need some sort of stadium. Basically, we don't like Path. And yes, Path is rotating, But unfortunately everything else is too. Everything else in this deck. So we'll go 3 Lost City. Basically we could play Cemetery, but I get the feeling you'd want to attach all the energies and nuke and get rid of the active before you'd want to do that. Anthony Calcium had 3 seconds. That was it. Fog Crystal. Crystal is another card that is unfortunately rotating. Search your deck for either Psychic Energy or a basic Psychic. Questionable, but you can grab your Shadow Rider V, your GOLURKs, your Mew, your Denax, although it is a Terror, it is Terror Psychic, and your Sword Dogger. And of course any of your energies. I'm going to play a Luxurious Cape. Wait, no, it doesn't count on the rule boxes. The idea would have been put it on Shadow Rider, give it 420 HP with 4 prize cards giving up. But we can then come in with our Dene to annoy our opponent. 420 HP? Have it. Have some damage, mate. I'm going to play into the idea of building a big hand over the idea of playing a lots of hand reset. There's really 2 ways to play a lot of decks right now. You play hand reset spam with Judge, Path and Iona, or you build a big hand with cards like he sits there and scrolls because he forgot what the names are. Worker, which draws 3 cards and discards a stadium. Good into Path. And add the net. There we go. And Avery. Draw 3 cards, discard any of your opponent's bench. Well, they discard until they have 3. Good for getting rid of cards you might not like. Bit of Barrel. Well, Lost Zone's a good example. But it's also good, say it quietly, for getting rid of all of your opponent's stuff. Also, it draws cards. Then we'll lean in to the tool. Problem with Shadow Rider. Problem with GOLURK is it does 180. Now that's good for cards like Urshifu's a very good example. So I was trying to think of one, the Charmander deck. But we're going to pair that with where's Choice Belt? Here we go. There's a creative way you want to use Choice Belt. I'm actually going to pair 2 Arbons with it. And then I'll explain. So, into decks that have the stars, V maxes, wow, Vs. If I bring up basic V, then we can see 210, 230, 240, 210, 190. Average numbers, here's a better row, 220, 220, 210, 210, 250. We've got 220s. Charizard, 220. Cinderace, 220. Carbonable, 220. A lot of these are 220. Now, 210 ones are good. But if we take, what's the biggest V maxes? Arceus. 220. GOLURK does 180. Add a Choice Belt, that is 210. Here's what you want to do. Into Arceus, they want to go first, you want to go second. You want to come in, turn 1, with Shadow Rider V, and hit Shadow Mist. Especially if they don't get their double turbo down, then you Shadow Mist and lock them out of that. Yes, they can Trinity Charge, but you can then come in with either the VMAX or the GOLURK if they evolve. And for that, we're going to fix the maths with Choice Belt. I just had a thought of another card I want to play. Well, another 2. First of all, you've seen it, I've seen it, we've all seen it. Frost Seal Stone, search it for a card. It's that simple. Second, we do want lots of engines to play, remember? Best way to do that is to recover them from the discard with a good old right arm. Also allows you to search it for a card. And finally, consistency. We want to be able to play the game a lot. 4 Ultra Ball, 2 Vacuum. Ultra Ball finds us our cards, Vacuum will, well, get rid of stuff. Shadow Rider, Calyrex, VMAX. Now, I did mean to say yesterday, but I forgot about it. I did add some cards to this list because, well, quite simply, I forgot to check what I don't own. That's actually how I found out about GOLURK. Well, how I found out about GOLURK and other cards. I just didn't think of playing GOLURK today. But things like Necrozma, 220 damage, that's a good thing. Lycanroc with Hunting Claw. Celebi VMAX. Was that it? I swear there was like 2 more. If I could scroll. Espeon, Solar Revelation. Not playing that today, although most Shadow Riders do. I prefer GOLURK. Single Strike Urshifu base. And yeah, that's it. Some more cards, we're down to 67 today. Let's hop in, grab a Shadow Rider VMAX. Let's hop on the ladder and see if we can face some not Roaring Moon. What memories do I have of GOLURK and Co? Well, GOLURK's good looking. I remember GOLURK in my first Gen 5 run, and I ran into it and I thought it was a legendary, so I didn't master ball it, but I did sit there in panic and really be careful. Do we want to go first? Yes. It was just a worry to see something that big and looking that scary. The Lucozade. To see something like that staring at me with the seal on its chest and the fact it's massive and made of stone, ladies and gentlemen, that scared young Bunny. And it looked so cool. I didn't use it because, well, I already had my team and I really liked my team. But it was so good looking. Like, it looks like it would tear people apart. And it turns out it helps people. This is Roaring Moon sleeves. I was about to say it's Roaring Moon, but he starts Arcanine. And we start with a dead hand. No VIP pass, no seal stone, no other basic hours. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem with VIP pass. You never get it until you don't need it. Arven. I was throwing my Ultra Ball, but I wasn't paying enough attention to see what for. EXP Share and Ultra Ball? Jeez. You don't get... Thank God for that. Charmander. Okay, so it is Charizard, which is not very good. We do want to get Zacian into play. So... maybe I should put a Radiant Greninja in the deck. Here's what I'm going to do. Thinking about it. Attach there. There we've got 3 Pokemon slowly being set up, while at the same time giving us our good friend Raihan. Weirdest thing about these beginner decks is they always give their opponent exactly what they need.